Hey all, my name is Kurt and I'm here with Trenton. Welcome to SLB Basement Bourbon Bar, and as promised, today is...
Mellow Corn Monday?
Cocktail Day!
Oh, I just came up with the Mellow Corn Monday thing.
Well, it's out here, so...
You gotta give me props for that.
You know,
that was good.
I'm digging that. I'm digging it.
It usually takes me a couple minutes to get going, but...
You know, I usually get kind of excited when it's cocktail time.
Yeah.
We don't do too much of it, but when we do, I enjoy it immensely. So here's what's going on today. Back when we did the Heaven Hill, what was it, a 20-year release? Yep. It was the whole corn whiskey thing, and you brought out the mellow corn. Remember all that?
Yep.
Well, I mentioned, and boy, people, you folks listen, and I do appreciate that because you folks listen. And I said I primarily use mellow corn for cocktails. I had to have at least 50 questions of what cocktail do you use it
many?
for? Oh, I swear to you.
Okay.
Yeah, tons.
All right.
From instant messaging, comments, all kinds.
Okay.
So it kind of got my creative juices flowing to where I was able to sit down and it's been a long time. You know, we used to do this all the time.
Yeah, we did.
We used to do this all the time. So I was able to sit down and kind of think out of original cocktail with mellow corn. My inspiration was Mexican street corn.
Which, I'm sure I wouldn't surprise a lot of you, I'd never had. So, have you had it before? I'm assuming since you're doing something like this, you've had it before.
You have not had it.
No, I have.
We're doing that this summer. Somewhere we're getting Mexican street corn.
Okay.
For sure. So that was my inspiration. You know, I'm not good at naming cocktails. Tim, Spirit of the Cocktail, check out his channel. If you're out there, help me name this one because you're pretty good at it. But I just named it the MSC cocktail. That's pretty lame, isn't it?
You call it like mellow street corn. What did you call it?
MSC. Mexican street corn.
Yeah, somebody help us out with that.
I'm horrible at that.
I'll give it to you. You came up with all this, the name, but you got a lot of other stuff going on, so I'll give you a pass on that. But
yeah, well, today's Trenton's going to be the judge, jury, and he's never tried this yet.
Never tried Mexican street corn or this cocktail.
Or the cocktail. I've worked on it and I've tried it a number of times. I don't really need to try it, so we're going to see what Trenton has to say with it. So we're going to make this two ways, Trenton. We're going to make this the simple way, just the relative easy version of it that anybody can do, and we're going to elevate it just a touch too. So we're going to make it two ways.
You always have to go above and beyond.
Oh, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. All you need: simple syrup, lime juice, this Ancho Reyes Verde liqueur, mellow corn.
Easy.
That's it. This Ancho Reyes is a poblano chili pepper liqueur. It's got some twang and bite to it. I love it.
You have used this before, and I do like this quite a bit.
Yeah, I love it. So let's get started on the first one. You want to?
I mean, you're doing everything. I brought this corn garnish.
It's cold! A big corn Vietnam! It has to choose!
That I'm going to go ahead and attempt to... It's a little floppy. Oh, I got water all over the place. I'm going to peel this while you do that, so I have something to do.
Just keep that over on that side.
Did I hit you with the hair on it?
I know, but I don't want it in here.
It's the wild hairdo.
I'm going to start out with a simple syrup. Now, I just made this at home. I like mine a little bit rich, so I use 1.5 cups of sugar to 1 cup of water, simmered over the stove until all the ingredients are blended together and it's clear, and you have simple syrup. So I'm going to pour in 3/4 ounces of simple syrup. I'm going to follow that up with 3/4 ounces of freshly squeezed lime juice.
Is this distracting yet?
Slightly, but I'll make it through it.
Being from Indiana, the corn state.
For this Ancho Reyes Verde liqueur, I'm only gonna pour in 1/2 ounce. That's all you need. This is still 80 proof, so it's got some proof to it. Now, star of the show, we have mellow corn. I'm going to pour in 2 full ounces of mellow corn. 100% corn whiskey. That's it. That's all the ingredients to the MSC cocktail.
You got that done before I even got halfway done shucking this corn.
I've been practicing this one. I've been on it. Another thing you're supposed to do is give me some ice in that tin.
Oh, which one?
This one here.
This one.
Right there, buddy. And you give me some ice in that tin. I'm going to shake this up.
How many do you normally put in there? 5?
That's good.
5. Cool.
I'm going to give this a shake while he's messing around with some corn. I don't know what he's doing. You just sprayed.
Oh, I got wet.
All over you.
Did you get hit? Did you get some shrapnel?
Of course I did.
My glasses are wet.
Of course I did.
Where'd you put that down for a minute? Oh, I got some in my eyeball.
I've got a little freezer behind the bar. If you can pre-chill your glasses, we're going to serve this up in a coupe glass. If you can pre-chill them, it's the best. If not, you use what you have. All right. I'm not going to double strain this. I'm just going to pour directly into the glass. There you have it, buddy. Mexican street corn cocktail, the MSC.
Ooh, garnish?
Dude, get that away from there. You're going to mess it up. What?
Ooh.
You got stuff everywhere.
Really wasn't thinking this one through, was I?
No.
I got the bar mat all gross.
Kids. Kids. It's just the way it is. So I'm curious for you to try this.
No garnish? Nothing? Oh, man.
Not for this one.
Give that a B- for no garnish.
Next one. Next one.
Smells good.
You like it?
Wow.
What do you think?
It's just these. Is there anything in the simple syrup?
No, sir. It's rich simple syrup. So it's 1.5 cups sugar to 1 cup of water. So it's a little bit rich. That's the way I like my simple syrup.
Okay.
If you don't, it's all subjective to change. You can do a 1-to-1 if you don't like it that sweet. You can change up the components of the cocktail as well. You can change the ratios to your liking. But this is what I came up. This is what I like the most.
I think I got a little bit of a corn strain in there.
Uh-huh.
I thought this might have been a little bit, I don't want to say too spicy, but have too much of a kick where it kind of overpowers everything else.
Sure. But
it's really nice and balanced, I thought.
Yeah, it is. And I played around with some of these ingredients, Trenton. I used even half and half over here, but it didn't seem to balance well because a little bit of this goes a long way. I also tried using 3/4 ounce at first of the Ancho Reyes. Too much.
So you did a half of this?
Half.
Okay.
Yeah. And it really lends that nice chili pepper twang and a little bit of bite to it. The corn whiskey shines through too, in my opinion.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it really shines through. So we'll set this to the side. Now, here's what we're going to do.
I'll drink some of that more.
All right, buddy, here, put it on your side. Here's what we're going to do. Other one.
Other one. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm out of practice.
Boy, I tell you, this kid, man, I swear. We're actually going to elevate, if you choose to. This is a way you can elevate this cocktail and really make it personal, really make it cool. So the first thing I want to do, if you want to hand me that glass, is I'm going to prep the glass. So this one, Trenton, I am going to have a garnish.
Okay. Starting off good.
Yep. So what I'm going to do, so I've got some tahini here. Tahini is just basically ground up chili peppers and lime. Okay. That's the simple thing. And I'm only going to rim half of this glass with the tahini. Because you never know, if somebody sips it, they might not like tahini, right? So if you only do half, they can sip from the clean side, or have some of the tahini with their sip.
Are you going to use that tahini again?
No, I'm not.
I'm going to try a little bit of this.
You can. It's really good. Have you ever had any?
Mm.
Of course not. So I'm going to set this to the side. We've prepped our glass. Now I'm going to substitute just a couple of ingredients here. So instead of the mellow corn, if you want to take that away, I actually have some brown butter washed, fat washed mellow corn right here.
Now how do you do that?
It's pretty simple. Trenton will have the instructions in the description. I will give them to you. I'll make sure you have it so you can put them in there. But it's not that hard. You take about a half a cup of butter. You just brown it a little bit over the stove. And you put 750 milliliter bottle of your mellow corn into a different container, and you pour the butter into it. Then you let it cool, let it sit. You'll see the fats coming up to the top. Put that in the freezer and let it freeze for, let's say, 10 or 12 hours. Then all the fat should be about that thick on the top. Then you can just chunk that, throw it away, strain the rest of it through a coffee filter, and you have a nice clean brown butter washed mellow corn. Now, what I did is, because I didn't want to utilize a whole bottle of mellow corn, I reduced that to half. So personally, I only did a 1/4 cup of the brown butter and half a bottle of the mellow corn.
All right.
But I will make sure you have all the instructions. So I know I went through that fast, so Trenton will have that so he can put it in the description so you can read it later. Also, what we're going to do, Trenton, which I'll put in the description later, is I made some cilantro simple syrup. Very easy. I use the same ratios for the simple syrup, 1.5 cups of sugar, 1 cup of water, but when I simmered it over the stove, I threw in 3 or 4 fresh stalks of cilantro.
Okay.
So smell that. I know you got a good smeller.
That smells good.
Yeah, you got a nice cilantro note coming off of there.
That's interesting too, because I know.
And that's it. That's all we're going to change to elevate the cocktail.
Some people have that like gene or whatever where they hate cilantro. Just can't stand it. I'm somebody, I don't know about you, that I like it.
Yeah, sure. And like I said, you can do it this way. You don't have to. It just gives you another option for the cocktail. Everything's going to stay the same for the ratios, for the ingredients. 3/4 ounce cilantro infused simple syrup. 3/4 ounces of freshly squeezed lime juice. 1/2 ounce of the Ancho Reyes Verde liqueur.
Now, I know you're not prepared for this question.
Of course. 1 second. 2 ounces of your brown butter washed mellow corn. Go ahead.
What about this one? Did you try this one at all?
You know that one? No, I did not. And
This is Chile Ancho?
Yep.
Ancho Reyes?
And basically they're trying. I didn't, because that one has a whole different flavor profile in the palate. That one there is more like a darker, like a chili powder type taste to it, like actually chili, in my opinion, like you're eating chili. That kind of a darker, where this one is a little bit zestier.
Okay.
And that one, is not. So that's why I chose this one. I thought with the Mexican street corn, with the chilies on it, this one would go a little bit better. So that's why I went with that one. If you get some ice in that tin.
Oh, I didn't do it again. I was just curious because I've never had Mexican street corn, so I don't know if it's like like very specific or people mix it up every now and then. I mean, what?
Trust me, you can do it with that, sure. But for my personal taste and my palate, I really enjoy the twang that you get. The it's real bright and zesty.
Okay.
And I like that about this one. So let's shake it up and we'll pour it. We'll see what you think of this.
I'm not going to shake this corn.
That's good. All right. Remember we had our tahini prepped glass. You got stuff everywhere, buddy. I know you do. There you go.
Right.
That, my friend, is the elevated version of the Mexican street corn cocktail, which we obviously need help in naming it.
Please, somebody. Well, I don't know if it's the tahini, but it's a little it smells a little spicier.
I love that.
I got too much tahini.
Yeah, sip it on the other side. Tahini is pretty strong, for sure.
It's quite a bit thicker from the, I'm assuming, the butter fat or whatever.
Absolutely.
I get a little bit of the cilantro, not like a ton.
Okay.
Anytime I have cilantro, I feel like I overdo it sometimes. But I mean, if you want to go with something that's simple, easy, you're still getting that vibe.
Absolutely.
The original one is perfect. But if you're trying to get a little bit more, that's really good.
Just an option to elevate a little bit, but the original version is, to me, it's really good.
Yeah, it's both of these.
It's an excellent corn whiskey cocktail. It really is. Give it a shot. This is actually good. Hey, I hope you enjoyed it. That's all we got for you today. Hey, I'll tell you one thing. Every time we have a cocktail video, I have a good time. Even with you shaking corn and corn silk flying everywhere. And,
I'm sure we're going to get comments. We're going to use this.
They'll probably tell you next time, just sit down. That's probably what they tell you.
Well, I don't add a whole lot to these, so I feel like I got to bring something. So I was like, you know what? I'm bringing a stalk of corn. I went to 2 stores to find the corn.
Good job. All right. That's all we got for you today. I hope you have a great week. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. We'll see you next time. Right down here with Trent and I in a good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.